Rosenthal exploring soil. Imagine coming inside from a long, hard day outside. You look down and see your fingernails have dirt and everything else underneath them. You look to the sink and you go to wash your hands. Soil isn't just the stuff that gets stuck under your fingernails. Soil itself is a vast ecosystem consisting of minerals, air, water, and organic matter. Soil is the basis of all human, plant, and animal life on Earth. The soil acts as a natural drainage system to protect from flooding, while it also filters out toxic compounds and creates nutrients helpful to just about everything. Soil is also home to many critters and creatures that don't just live in holes. Therefore, soil is very important and our lives depend on it. Soil is the basis of all human, plant, and animal life and is crucial to sustain it. It is built from the decay of dead plants and animals, and this provides it with a rich, dark, nutritious color. Soil is home to more than 7 billion organisms that keep it healthy and provide it with even more organic matter and filter its system. It is home to plants that feed us humans and animals, and then when it dies, it becomes a part of the soil itself. This process continues, and therefore the soil sustains our life by providing us with plants, and depending on our terms such as climate, topography, vegetation, parent material, and time, soil can be very different. These things determine what your soil can grow in and what it simply can't. Varying things come from varying soils. Soil is also made up of 3 particles: sand, silt, and clay. Normally, sand particles are bigger than silt particles, with clay being the smallest. The amount of each of these in the soil can determine whether the soil is more elastic, smooth, or grainy. Soils all over the world are different and are the basis and sustainability of life. Furthermore, soil has many roles in our environment. They act as a drainage system for waste and water. They play a role as a filter to refine toxic compounds in the soil to create healthy nutrients, and bacteria in the soil acts as a recycling system to trade out nitrogen and carbon. In the soil, there is pore spaces for air and water to flow through, and this allows water to drain out in order to prevent flooding on the ground surface. The soil's tiny particles can allow filtration to occur, and this refines toxic compounds to eradicate them and create healthy nutrition for the soil. Many people think bacteria is a bad thing. However, bacteria is crucial, and without it, it would be detrimental. Most bacteria in soil is needed, and this bacteria acts as a recycling system to trade out nitrogen and carbon. Nitrogen and carbon are necessary when it comes to almost everything, and especially for soil. These bacteria replenish the nitrogen and carbon in the soil, and air and plants keep the whole process going again. Therefore, soils have a humongous role in our environment. In addition, soil is considered home to over 7 billion organisms and animals in just 1 tablespoon. These organisms recycle, consume, digest, and are considered the stomach of the earth. They burrow into soil and keep it filtered from harsh chemicals and compounds and keep the soil managed and up to date. Animals such as woodchucks, groundhogs, foxes, and rabbits also burrow into the ground. Their burrows aren't just holes either. They're actually elaborate tunnels with different chambers for different purposes. Some of these chambers can include a sleeping chamber, nursing chamber, and a waste chamber. These also connect to entrances made throughout their territory so they can get back safely and quickly. So our soil is considered home to many animals and organisms. As you can see, soil is extremely important no matter the person or place. Soil isn't permanent, and it's our job to do our best to conserve it. There are many things you can do in order to take charge in good soil conservation practices. If you live or work on a farm, soil is extremely important when it comes to your lifestyle.